Good day, everybody. I've had Lord Metatron and Master Jesus and Archangel Michael standing behind me for about an hour and a half, talking into my ears and saying there is a time right now that people need to recognize that it's important to overcome doubt. And so they wanted me to speak about overcoming doubt. And they're here right now, so they're going to communicate what each of them needs to, or they may as a collective as well. When you understand that there are beings on other dimensions and you learn to open yourself up to communicating with them and recognize that these other dimensions don't follow the same laws of energy and consciousness that we understand them here in this physical plane under Newtonian law and even conventional physics, that there is a real awareness, a real energy, a real shift in perception and dimension when we learn to break our reference point, our attachment to these physical bodies. They're saying, I got to get to this concept of overcoming doubt. They're saying overcoming doubt is really important at this time in human consciousness. They're saying the ability to release doubt will liberate your awareness to perceive that which is beyond what your 5 physical senses would normally allow you to experience. Metatron says that there are things in terms of perceptions that will begin to unfold when you start to step out of your doubt deliberately and intentionally, where some of you will see geometric symbols or patterns when you open or close your eyes, or you'll see projections and movements of energy in organized patterns on objects like walls or floors or even in the sky. That is when you know you're stepping out beyond your doubt and you're beginning to perceive these other dimensions. That is one method, he says. There are others too that will be brought forth in the coming weeks and months, as this ascension process from the perspective of human development is crucial for the transformation of the human consciousness to a paradigm that it hasn't existed in before. Michael's saying we understand how to transmute negative energy, but it is important that you learn this process also, for you are no less than we are, except by your perception to think otherwise. He says it's important that when you recognize or perceive the slightest bit of uncertainty, which is doubt, when you perceive that, to be willing to turn your attention away from that. Do not confuse your own internal doubt, your internal uncertainty, with the knowingness you may have about another person's intentions towards you. They are separate things. What I am speaking of at this moment is the internalized doubt that you have that limits you and inhibits you and restricts you from accessing information and opportunities beyond your established parameters of what you think your life is about. It is important that you open yourself up to higher frequencies to allow what's coming onto this planet from your physical sun and from the central sun of these galaxies, which are merely different aspects of higher frequencies of consciousness, transmitting their frequencies to all points of time and space within the realm and sphere of their influence, of which you are in the influence of your central sun here. And your sun here is transmitting high frequency cosmic energy at this planet and onto its people and onto the life forms. And it is altering your DNA. It is altering your consciousness potential and your willingness to be aware of anything within you that would resist an expansion of your consciousness, an awareness of our presence, an awareness of higher knowledge available to you to allow you to facilitate greater change in your experience and expression while you are in your physical body. We are all with you, whether it is myself, or Lord Jesus, or Metatron, or the angels, or the beings from many other planets and dimensions. We are all present and available simply for the asking. But you must release your internalized doubt. So we start with the premise of overcoming doubt, and what we're really saying is to release it, to allow it to be liberated from your consciousness, so that when you feel moments of uncertainty, be willing to just let it go. Turn your attention upwards, turn your awareness upwards, out of the body. Sense and feel what is around you, what is being offered to you. Ask important questions and we will respond. You have concerns that you're uncertain about, but the uncertainty of your concerns prevents you from receiving the certain answer that would help you resolve that which you have uncertainty around. So in releasing your uncertainty, in releasing your doubt, you open yourself up to that which is its opposite. And your willingness to do so will open a world up to you that has always been available, but which you can deliberately access and tap into simply by letting go of your fear, your doubt. We chose to use the term overcoming doubt, uncertainty, because these are simple terms. Most people are aware when they feel uncertain. Most people are aware when they feel angry. Most people are aware when they're afraid. And all of these things are simply the stronger shades of what we call uncertainty or doubt. The more uncertain you come, the more fearful you get. The more fearful you get, the more frustrated you get. The more frustrated you get, the more angry you get. We know this progression of emotional stages. Everyone's gone through them. Even we have gone through them in our process to attain the consciousness and state of being that we currently exist in. So be willing to release the internalized awareness of uncertainty and doubt. And in that process, you may use your breath. Yeah, JC saying, I recommend breathing and meditating, but meditating and breathing are not necessarily sitting on a pillow in a certain position. Breathing and meditating is being able to bring your attention into the moment without identification to anything outside of it. For in the moment of your being, all of your possibilities are available to you to experience, to express, to manifest, and to receive. And so it is important from the perspective of meditation, you may start with your breath when you feel uncertain or doubt, and you may use your breath and breathe deeply. And in that breath, if you feel it fully and completely, your mind will immediately become silenter. You'll begin to feel a quietness that wasn't there prior to the breath. And if you breathe again, you'll find the same thing happen. If you breathe again, you'll find the same thing happen. If you breathe again, the same thing will happen. Slowly, deliberately bringing yourself into the present moment and liberating yourself from the confines of the structure that has been enforced on you by your environment, this personalized reality that is not who you are, but simply a mechanism that you must recondition to affect the purpose you came here to fulfill. And so when we use the word meditation, it does not necessarily mean sitting. For some of you, the breath will do it. For some of you, sitting is a much more refined way of getting to deeper, meaningful understandings of other dimensions where you may leave your physical body and transcend this physical realm and literally go into times, spaces, and places of consciousness that are not of this physical world, but are, in essence, connected to it. The overcoming of doubt is the liberation of humanity. It is the beginning step in the life of the individual, in the life of a society, in the life of this human species, to have a greater trust within. And from that place of trust, love, compassion, kindness, goodness, right action will unfold. But you cannot unfold these conditions of expression from any perspective or shading of fear or uncertainty. You can only unfold love from love. You cannot get love out of fear. You cannot give love out of anger. You may give love to someone who is in anger and perhaps transform them from the extension of your love. But this is another subject. The key today is to put you on the position where you make a decision to begin to release yourself from doubt. The deliberate and intentional decision to release yourself from doubt is the beginning steps of opening communication up to and with us and many others, while releasing yourself from the confines and the imprisonment of the little self that this world gave you, that this world told you to adorn, that this world said to is the most important aspect of your being. Your personality is not this. In truth, you are that which you seek. But release that which is not of who you are. Release your doubt. And it is through the deliberate releasing of your doubt that you will overcome all doubt. Step by step, moment by moment, return to the present, where all love, all joy, and all possibilities exist for all. It is the kingdom of one life, the kingdom of God, the kingdom of peace. Anything else? They're saying that is all for now. But I want to say on a personal level, as I've learned to open up my higher faculties and deliberately and intentionally listen, it is really true. Whenever I feel any shred of uncertainty about anything, it literally acts as like a cloak in my consciousness over being able to hear clearly what my divine team is saying to me. There are an infinite number of dimensions of being, and our eyes and our ears perceive such a small fraction of it. And it's really so important that we step beyond what we know, because what you know will never change your life. What you know can make you function in this world, but it will not change your life. I know from personal experience, I'm at a point in my biological life where what I know helps me to walk and talk and eat and prepare food and pay bills and do the day-to-day things. But it's what I don't know that gives my life shifts and changes and opportunities to experience the changes and excitement and different opportunities and meeting different people in different circumstances. But you'll never experience it by trying to live the same way all the time. And they constantly remind me of the value of what the present moment does for us. And I can feel them right now. They're broadcasting the love that exists within the present moment. I can feel it actually radiating through my body. It's amazing. When you aren't referring to yourself as these thoughts, when you're not referring to yourself as the scary feelings or the anger or the depression or the anxiety, when you stop using those as reference points for who you are, you start to become liberated. And sometimes it doesn't happen overnight. I went through a long curve of learning to let go, and I mostly did it on my own. I never had a lot of mentors and teachers to show me. I picked up a few along the way. But find people that you see that are living a delicious life. Find beings that you see are in joy, that are being prosperous, that are living good family lives. Find them, seek them out. Because that's what they have had me do. They seek the people out that are as you wish to be, and learn from them, and grow from them, and evolve from them. And the love that you start to feel when you break out of this shell of a self that you call Mary Lou or Jennifer or Michael or Bob or William, whatever the container was given the name of, when you break out of its finite structure, there's something wonderful that's going to happen within your body and in your world. I know this because it's happening to me every day, and you begin to see it every day in every way, and that your life will get better and better and better. But it won't get better and better, believe me, if you're living your life from what you remember. Because what you remember will only give you more of what you remember. And whatever emotions you're feeling will only give you whatever emotions you're feeling. Learn to let go of the fear and uncertainty. It's doable. It really is doable. You know, we put together these courses on mediumship where we teach people how to let go of their fear, how to go beyond their doubt. It's not that difficult, especially when you're working with a group of people that are engaged in that process. There's many other teachers out there, very well-known teachers. I mean, Tony Robbins, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Bruce Lipton, Greg Braden, Jocelyn Small. There's many, many, many teachers out there that you can connect to that will empower you and enable you to release yourself from the prisons of the past and bring you to the place of the love of the present. Because in this present moment, there is love. There is truly love in the present moment. And I hope you can feel what it is we are transmitting to you. Because our joy and our love is in just being fully and completely who we are. And we know that when we are being fully and completely who we are, that radiates like a light from a source. And anybody who looks at that light can be expanded. And at the same time, you are that light that you seek. Anyway, if you want to know more about our courses and classes, you can go to my website, williammichaelforbescoaching.com, and you can read all the information about the different levels. Of course, we have 3 levels, and you can register there or just get the information. You can also book a one-on-one meeting with me if you'd like to have a session and talk to your angelic team, your guides, your angels. They're always wanting to get through to you, and they get through to us in the funniest ways. You know, that's another discussion too. But your divine team is always around you. There are angels with all of us. We are never alone. Just start off with letting the doubt go and just make a decision. I'm not going to accept that as my reality anymore. You'll be amazed at what begins to change, what feelings start to evolve when you release your fear. The only thing that's there when you release fear is love. Anyway, much love to everybody. Thank you for coming and listening to this today. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share it with others. There's an amazing time unfolding in human consciousness today. Join the fun. Much love. Bye for now.